What is happening in the tech world? The pace is unreal, and if you blink, you might miss the next big thing. We're diving headfirst into the latest, the greatest, and the must-know updates that are shaking up your favorite devices and the industry as a whole. Get ready for a rapid-fire rundown of what's just dropped and what's around the corner. You don't want to be left in the dark, so buckle up, because this is iPad Focus. First up, we're talking about the device that started it all for so many of us. Will the upcoming launch event for a certain game-changing phone from Apple actually move the needle for the company's stock? One major financial institution is weighing in with their predictions, and it all comes down to a potential new model and some very smart pricing strategies, especially in a key global market. This could be the subtle shift we've been waiting for. Next, we're shifting gears to the very backbone of Apple's incredible product ecosystem, its supply chain. Get ready for a shakeup as the company reportedly makes a bold move, demanding that its manufacturing partners embrace a future powered by robots. This isn't just a suggestion anymore, it's becoming a mandate for new contracts. We're talking about a massive push towards automation to stabilize quality, control costs, and reduce reliance on human labor. What does this mean for the production lines of your favorite iPhones, Macs, and watches? And what kind of pressure does this put on the companies that build them? We've got the inside scoop. Now, let's turn our attention to the wrist. The Apple Watch has become an indispensable part of our daily lives, and the next generation is already generating massive buzz. With a major announcement event just around the corner, all eyes are on what's next for the Series, the Ultra, and the SE models. Rumors are swirling about a new design language, significant feature upgrades, and even potential breakthroughs in connectivity that could redefine what a smartwatch can do. Could this be the year the Apple Watch truly dominates the market with compelling new innovations? And finally, we've got some intriguing news about what might be packed inside those highly anticipated new earbuds. While the upcoming release promises some seriously cool new features, there's a catch that might leave some users a little disappointed right out of the box. We're breaking down what's expected to be revolutionary and what might have to wait for a software update. Stick around for all these stories and more. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Apple's next big move. Will the iPhone launch spark a stock surge? Apple AAPL shares have seen a recent uptick, but year-to-date performance still shows a dip of 7%. In a new analyst note that's catching everyone's attention, JPMorgan's Samik Chatterjee has reiterated his overweight rating on Apple, setting a price target of $255. His outlook hinges on the upcoming iPhone launch event scheduled for September 9th, predicting modest upside for the stock. The key drivers: a potential new, slimmer iPhone model and strategic, competitive pricing, particularly for the crucial Chinese market. This analyst isn't just throwing darts. Chatterjee is highly ranked, sitting at 226 out of over 10,000 tracked analysts by TipRanks, boasting a 65% success rate and an impressive average return of 13.7% over a year. When it comes to Apple's major hardware unveilings, Chatterjee points out that significant surprises are rare, as most details typically leak through the supply chain well in advance. However, he believes this year's event holds promise, with the new iPhone lineup expected to feature enhanced AI features that could genuinely capture consumer interest and drive demand. Despite this optimism, Chatterjee tempers expectations, cautioning that the stock price boost is likely to be more measured compared to the substantial gains seen during previous major iPhone upgrade cycles. A significant point of focus will be the rumored iPhone Air, a device designed with a slimmer profile, aiming to attract a broader user base. While its feature set might align more closely with the base models rather than the Pro variants, its design is anticipated to be a major draw for potential buyers. Supply chain intelligence suggests Apple is planning for an initial production run of 10 to 15 million iPhone Air units for the latter half of the year, with considerable room for upside if consumer reception exceeds expectations. The analyst also highlighted the critical role of pricing across the entire new iPhone range, especially in China. With phones priced under CNY 6,000 qualifying for a 15% subsidy, Apple's ability to offer models within this price bracket could significantly bolster sales through the end of the year, provided these subsidies remain in place. In essence, while Chatterjee isn't forecasting a revolutionary shockwave, the introduction of the iPhone Air and a shrewd pricing strategy in China are seen as potential catalysts for future growth. Looking at the broader market sentiment, Wall Street analysts maintain a moderate buy consensus for Apple stock, based on 16 buy, 11 hold, and just 1 sell rating over the past 3 months. The average price target of $239.60 suggests a potential upside of 3.21%. But is this the only major shift happening behind the scenes at Apple? Stay tuned as we dive into how robotics are set to transform the company's entire manufacturing process. Robots rising. Apple mandates automation for its global supply chain. Apple is reportedly making a significant and potentially disruptive shift in its global manufacturing strategy, moving to mandate robotics and automation for its key production partners. This move, which has been encouraged for over 2 years, is now said to be a non-negotiable condition for securing new manufacturing contracts. According to insights from a DigiTimes report, this decision is a cornerstone of Apple's overarching strategy to diminish its reliance on human labor, ensure consistent product quality across its vast network of factories, and achieve greater long-term cost control. Sources close to the matter indicate that this requirement will extend across the production lines for its most popular devices, including the iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch. What's particularly noteworthy is the change in how these automation upgrades will be handled. Unlike previous practices, where Apple would finance machinery and tools for its contractors, suppliers are now expected to shoulder the full responsibility and cost of their automation investments. This shift is reportedly creating considerable pressure on these manufacturers, who are facing higher upfront capital expenditures and the potential for temporary disruptions as robotic systems are integrated into their existing workflows. Some suppliers are already experiencing a squeeze on their profit margins during this complex transition period. This aggressive push for automation is unfolding concurrently with Apple's ambitious 2030 target for carbon neutrality across its entire supply chain. As part of this environmental initiative, the company continues to support its partners in adopting more energy-efficient equipment and sourcing sustainable raw materials. The implementation of robotics is seen as a dual-pronged approach, expected to not only enhance the digitization of quality control processes and streamline the onboarding of new suppliers, but also to mitigate risks associated with labor shortages and geopolitical shifts as Apple diversifies its production bases beyond China. In parallel with these significant supply chain adjustments, Apple is also bolstering its retail footprint within India. The company recently celebrated the opening of its first store in Bengaluru on September 2nd, named Apple Hebel. This new outlet joins the existing Apple BKC in Mumbai and Apple Saket in Delhi, marking Bengaluru as the third Indian city to host an official Apple store. At the new Apple Hebel store, visitors are treated to an immersive experience with Apple's latest devices, including the anticipated iPhone 16 lineup, the powerful MacBook Pro equipped with M4 chips, the sleek iPad Air paired with the Apple Pencil Pro, and the new Apple Watch Series 10. A range of accessories, such as the latest AirPods 4 and AirTag, are also prominently displayed. With Apple's annual product launch event slated for September 9th, the store is poised to be one of the first places where customers can experience the upcoming iPhone 17 series firsthand, offering an early glimpse into the future of Apple's product ecosystem. This focus on upgrading manufacturing is impressive, but what's happening with the devices themselves? Get ready for a deep dive into the highly anticipated Apple Watch lineup for next year. Apple Watch 2025, Series 11, Ultra 3, and SE set for major upgrades. With Apple's major September special event just a week away, all eyes are on the highly anticipated iPhone 17 launch. However, alongside the new iPhones, industry insiders and supply chain whispers strongly suggest a significant refresh for Apple's entire smartwatch lineup. The Apple Watch Series 11, a new Apple Watch Ultra 3, and an updated Apple Watch SE are all expected to debut. This year's smartwatch trio is rumored to introduce liquid glass, Apple's new design language, alongside a suite of new and refined features that could redefine the wearable experience. Tracking the latest rumors, leaks, and subtle industry clues, it's clear that Apple continues its tradition of unveiling new watches in tandem with new iPhones each September. The Series 11 is expected to be a crucial release, aiming to solidify Apple's dominant position in the smartwatch market against increasingly competitive offerings. Many felt the previous Series 10 iteration, despite being a milestone anniversary, lacked groundbreaking new features, placing significant pressure on the Series 11 to deliver compelling innovations. Meanwhile, the Apple Watch SE, positioned as the company's affordable entry point, is due for a substantial upgrade. Following a 2-year release cadence, the next SE model is highly anticipated, with speculation pointing towards a potential redesign that could include a switch to more durable, yet cost-effective, plastic or polymer-based casings. This move could significantly lower the price point, making the SE even more accessible. While it might not feature the absolute latest sensors or premium materials found in higher-end models, the SE is still expected to run the latest watchOS, incorporating essential fitness, sleep, and safety functionalities, making it an attractive option for first-time buyers, families, and those seeking core features. The Ultra range, Apple's premium offering for adventure enthusiasts, is also slated for its 3rd iteration. Rumors suggest a refinement in design, potentially featuring smaller bezels for a slimmer profile while retaining the rugged appeal that defines the Ultra series. Perhaps the most exciting potential development for the Ultra 3 is the rumored inclusion of off-grid messaging capabilities, allowing users to send texts or alerts even without cellular or Wi-Fi connectivity, possibly utilizing satellite technology. This feature would position the Ultra as a serious tool for outdoor exploration and emergency situations, though it's worth noting that Google's Pixel Watch 4 has already introduced similar satellite communication features. While these are exciting prospects, it's crucial to remember that Apple rarely confirms details before its events, leaving ample room for speculation. The success of the 2025 lineup hinges on Apple delivering tangible upgrades that keep its loyal user base engaged and prevent them from looking towards competitors offering more advanced features or longer battery life. With only a week until the event, the tech world eagerly awaits to see if Apple will indeed deliver a lineup that surpasses expectations. We've covered the phones and the watches, but what about the accessories we love? Get ready to find out what's next for Apple's popular earbuds and whether all the new features will work right away. AirPods Pro 3, packed with features, but will they all work at launch? Prepare for the next generation of Apple's premium earbuds, the AirPods Pro 3, which are rumored to be packed with a host of exciting new features. However, a recent report suggests that not all of these anticipated advancements might be fully functional right out of the gate, potentially leading to a staggered rollout of capabilities. While the exact nature of these groundbreaking features remains under wraps, industry speculation points towards significant enhancements in audio quality, connectivity, and potentially new health monitoring integrations. The anticipation is high, especially following the success and widespread adoption of previous AirPods Pro models, which have set a benchmark for true wireless earbuds in terms of user experience and seamless integration within the Apple ecosystem. The potential for new features could range from improved active noise cancellation and transparency modes to entirely new ways of interacting with Siri or controlling devices. There's also buzz around enhanced spatial audio capabilities, offering an even more immersive listening experience for music, movies, and games. However, the report's caveat about features not working at launch is a critical point of discussion. This could imply that certain hardware capabilities might require future software updates to be fully unlocked, or that some features may be introduced gradually to ensure stability and performance. For consumers eager to experience the cutting edge, this could mean a slight delay in accessing the full potential of their new purchase. It raises questions about Apple's development and testing processes, particularly when integrating complex new technologies. The company is known for its meticulous approach to product launches, prioritizing a polished user experience. Therefore, a phased rollout of features, while potentially frustrating for early adopters, might be a strategic move to guarantee reliability. This situation also highlights the increasing complexity of modern consumer electronics, where software plays an equally crucial role as hardware in defining the user experience. The success of the AirPods Pro 3 will likely depend not only on the initial hardware offering, but also on Apple's ability to deliver timely and impactful software updates that unlock the full promise of these new features. As we await the official announcement, the prospect of new functionalities is exciting, but the detail about potential launch limitations adds a layer of caution and anticipation for what's to come. That wraps up our top stories for today. But before you go, let's hit the highlights one more time. That's a wrap on today's Tech News Blitz. We saw JPMorgan weigh in on the iPhone launch potential, Apple pushing for a robot revolution in its supply chain, a sneak peek at the next generation of Apple Watches, and a look at the highly anticipated AirPods Pro 3 with a feature caveat. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels for even more tech insights. We'll see you in the next one.